Hello, friends. I'd like to take this opportunity to talk again about how to have harmonious relationships. Relationships are so important to all of us as social creatures and as people who long for connection in life. We have to increase our magnetism if we are to attract to us the kinds of relationships that are beneficial to us spiritually, to our health, to our well-being, that fulfill our heart's longings. And the way to increase our magnetism is very simple, really. It's doing the right things in life. It's having a measured diet. This is one of the yamas that we recently uncovered in our studies. It's one that Patanjali did not list in his Eightfold Path, but it's one that's in many, many more ancient scriptures than Patanjali. He sort of condensed the information from all of these ancient scriptures into something more streamlined. But these other yamas are very wonderful to contemplate. And the one on measured diet is essential. It tells us to be disciplined about what we eat, the amount that we eat, and to exercise self-control in regard to food. So, to increase our magnetism, we have a measured diet. We don't say to ourselves, well, I like ice cream, so I'm just going to eat ice cream and forget everything else. No, we eat things that do good things to our bodies, that give us nutrition and health. A balanced diet. Another very important thing is to get exercise and adequate sleep, to meditate, to serve others, to practice discipline in all aspects of our lives, to have our emotions under our control, not to be controlled by our emotions. To keep a positive outlook, to have a sense of humor. All of these things help us to become more magnetic. And as we increase our magnetism, we draw into our lives circumstances, opportunities, and people that uplift us and help us to grow, help us to become more and more happy. And being happy is the most magnetic thing of all. If we can make a determination in our lives that we will be happy under all circumstances, this will increase our magnetism 100-fold or more. Happiness is magnetic. People are drawn to that. The more that you can cultivate that sense of inner peace and centeredness and joy within, you will draw to yourself all good things in life. It's reminding me of a little joke that I saw. I think it was a Gary Larson cartoon, and he had drawn this scene in hell. There were two devils standing there, with pitchforks, and they were the guard devils. And then there was this little guy who was in hell to suffer, and he had his little wheelbarrow full of flaming coals or whatever they were, and he was whistling, and he was bustling along, whistling as he worked in hell. And one guard devil turned to the other one and said, "We're just not getting to this guy." And if you feel sometimes, especially during this pandemic, or when you feel alone or lonely or despairing, and it happens to everybody, we're all in this together. It's a difficult time, especially with all the political unrest and uncertainty, all the trauma that's happening. It's a very interesting and difficult time. But if you can remember to keep your sense of humor, to stay positive, and to keep loving and giving and connecting and increasing your personal magnetism, you will see that everything will improve. As Sri Yukteswar said, everything in future will improve if we are making the right spiritual effort now. So I'll just conclude by making a plug for one of the techniques of our path, which is the Om technique, listening to the sounds of the astral spine through the technique of Om. And one of the many benefits of this technique is that it helps you to draw into your life true friends. So hopefully these days we have a little bit more time, a little bit more quiet, in which we can practice our techniques. And let's especially draw on the magnetism created by the Om technique and use it prayerfully and with intention to draw into your life all good things.